The Galactic Council was in session, its chamber a dazzling array of holographic lights, pulsating energy forms, and delegates representing thousands of star systems. For millennia, the Council had overseen interstellar diplomacy, trade, and governance, and today the topic was the human question. Laughter erupted when the motion was read aloud, formally banning humanity from all interstellar councils, trade networks, and strategic alliances. Humans, crooned a crystalline delegate from the Zelnari cluster. Its facets shimmered with amusement. The species barely survives on one planet, and you want to ban them from the galaxy. Exactly, said a gelatinous representative of the Orvela system, undulating in amusement. They are chaotic, unpredictable, and frankly irrelevant. Even the elder of the council, a consciousness older than most galaxies, let out a ripple of laughter. Humanity was, by all visible measures, inconsequential. Their technology was primitive, their politics messy, and their survival instinct inconsistent at best. Warnings from council members who had studied humanity carefully had been ignored. They are cunning, a few had whispered. Their unpredictability is a force in itself. Underestimate them at your peril. But the laughter drowned out all caution. The vote passed unanimously. Humanity was officially banned. No representation, no trade, no participation. The galaxy would continue without them, and the Council celebrated their wisdom in dismissing a seemingly minor species. But humans were never so simple. Within weeks of the vote, subtle changes began. Trade requests went unanswered. Messages to Earth bounced back with odd interference. Satellites orbiting the planet ceased transmitting. And then humans vanished. Not with chaos, not with panic, but with precision. Every interstellar connection they had, communications, trade agreements, even experimental warp technology, was quietly terminated. Humans had departed, leaving the galaxy to face the consequences of its own dismissal. At first, the Council was amused. Surely this was temporary. Surely humans could not maintain isolation without collapsing into chaos. They were wrong. Months passed, and the first wave of consequences hit. Supply chains across dozens of systems failed. Colonies that had depended on Earth's rare minerals or technology found themselves unable to maintain life support or critical infrastructure. Energy grids destabilized. Strategic plans faltered. The galaxy, which had ignored humans as irrelevant, suddenly realized they had been quietly essential. "What is happening?" whispered a delegate from the crystalline sector, its facets flickering nervously. "They've gone," admitted another, voice trembling. "And we took them for granted." Then came the first recordings. Drones left behind by humans began transmitting footage. Simple images at first, Earth cities, forests, oceans, but quickly it became apparent that every system, every resource, every technology had been organized, catalogued, and optimized for remote management. Humans had not abandoned their planet. They had prepared it. Every infrastructure system operated autonomously, perfectly calibrated to maintain life without direct human oversight. The Council murmured in shock. And then the second wave, evidence of human ingenuity across other colonies. Warp gates, energy grids, terraforming systems. Everywhere humans had touched, the systems remained functional, adaptive, and self-repairing. Attempts to intervene were met with silent resistance. Systems corrected themselves, rerouted energy, and even counteracted sabotage. Humans had not left chaos. They had left control in ways no one could have predicted. They planned for our dismissal, whispered the elder, its cosmic tendrils vibrating. Every outcome, every contingency accounted for. Panic spread through the chamber. Delegates began shouting, demanding explanations. Emergency sessions were called, and fleets were dispatched to intervene. But the humans were already gone, silent, unyielding, and invisible. Their influence was felt everywhere, but they were nowhere to be found. Weeks turned into months. Entire regions of space experienced disruptions that the Council could not anticipate. Colonies collapsed, not through human attack, but through the absence of human stabilizing influence. Critical infrastructure, energy grids, and supply lines failed, and the galaxy reeled. Delegates turned to the Elder. What do we do? They are predators, the Elder said slowly. Not in the way we expected. They do not attack blindly. They do not seek domination. They adapt, calculate, and survive. And when ignored or underestimated, they teach lessons in ways we cannot comprehend. Another video arrived, this time orbiting a distant colony. Humans were shown observing quietly, cataloging, and preparing. No weapons, no conflict, just deliberate, methodical planning. Their absence was a lesson in strategy, foresight, and patience. The Council understood, finally, the magnitude of their error. The species they had laughed at, dismissed, and underestimated was not primitive. Humanity was a force of nature, clever, adaptive, and far more powerful in influence than any delegate had imagined. "The ban," whispered one delegate, trembling. "It was a mistake." "Yes," admitted the Elder. "Underestimating humanity was our greatest error. We laughed, and now we pay the price. They are gone, yet their influence shapes the galaxy more profoundly than ever." Across the galaxy, humans continue their lives, quietly, deliberately, and unobserved. They learned, built, and survived. Their withdrawal was not an act of defiance but of intelligence. They had demonstrated that even in absence, their ingenuity, adaptability, and foresight were unstoppable. The Council had laughed. The Council had dismissed. The Council had ruled. And the Council had failed. Humanity had departed. And the galaxy, for the first time, understood what it truly meant to underestimate a species that could survive, adapt, and influence outcomes far beyond expectation. By the time the Council regained composure, Earth was silent. Automated systems maintained life without human intervention. Trade networks were irreparably reorganized. Colonies once dependent on humans struggled to function. And everywhere, the galaxy learned a hard truth: never underestimate humans. Somewhere on Earth, humans smiled quietly, not out of pride, not out of arrogance, but out of understanding. They had done exactly what they intended, demonstrated that even when ignored, dismissed, or underestimated, they were a force no galaxy could ignore or recover from easily. The Council had laughed. Humanity had departed. And everything the galaxy thought it knew about power, influence, and survival had just changed forever.